विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण सभी को सादर प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण सादर प्रणाम प्रभु।
सादर प्रणाम सादर प्रणाम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। प्लीज चैंट।
ओम
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Hare Krishna. So today we are going to start chapter number 14. May I request all of you all not to multitask, keep your videos on and give 100% attention to Shravanam of Bhagavad Gita as it is. We're in chapter number 14. The name of the chapter is Modes of Material Nature. Very, very interesting chapter 14 and 15. One of my favorite 14 and 15. Very practical application chapter. Please repeat after me. Unmute and repeat after me, everybody. Sri Bhagavan Vacha.
श्री भगवान
Param Bhuya Pravakshami.
परम
Jnanam Jnanamuttamam.
ज्ञानमुत्तमम्
Yadgyatva Munaya Sarve.
यज्ञात्वा मुनयः सर्वे
Param Siddhim Ito Gata.
परां सिद्धिं गता।
Yes, Joy Madhav Prabhu. Please read translation.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Again I shall declare to you this supreme wisdom, the best of all knowledge, knowing which all the sages have attained the supreme perfection." Purport: from the 7th chapter to the end of the 12th chapter, Sri Krishna in detail reveals the absolute truth, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now the Lord...
Background noise. Can your sound be improved?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. In the 13th chapter, it was clearly explained that by humbly developing knowledge, one may possibly be freed from material entanglement. It has also been explained that it is due to association with the modes of nature that the living entity is entangled in this material world. Now in this chapter, the Supreme Personality explains what those modes of nature are, how they act, how they bind, and how they give liberation. The knowledge explained in this chapter is proclaimed by the Supreme Lord to be superior to the knowledge given so far in other chapters. By understanding this knowledge, various great sages attain perfection and transfer to the spiritual world. The Lord now explains the same knowledge in a better way. This knowledge is far, far superior to all other processes of knowledge thus far explained. And knowing this, many attain perfection. Thus it is expected that one who understands this 14th chapter will attain perfection.
Hare Krishna. So, as I was telling that this 14th chapter is very practical. Srila Prabhupada himself is saying that the Supreme Lord in detail reveals the absolute truth. Now the Lord himself is further enlightening Arjuna. If one understands this chapter through the process of philosophical speculation, he will come to an understanding of devotional service. So you can imagine how important this chapter is. Actually, practicality of Krishna consciousness will be there in this chapter. Shloka number 2, please repeat. Idam jnanam upasritya. बोलिए.
इदं ज्ञानम् उपाश्रित्य
Namas adharmyam agata.
माम सदाम्यम् आगत
सर्गपि नोपजायन्ते
सर्गेऽपीनोपजायन्ते
प्रलये न व्यथन्ति च.
प्रलये न व्यथन्ति च.
Shalini Mataji, translation.
By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation or disturbed at the time of dissolution.
So one who has this knowledge, one is not born at time of creation. So what happens? He goes back to Godhead. So there is no question of being born at time of creation of this material world, correct? And similarly, because he is not created in this material world, so he is not disturbed in this dissolution also. Even if he is there in this material world, the devotee is not disturbed during dissolution. Because during dissolution, is he going back to Mahavishnu's body? No. He is going back to the spiritual world. Translation, sorry, purport.
After acquiring perfect transcendental knowledge, one acquires qualitative quality with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, becoming free from the repetition of birth and death. One does not, however, lose his identity as an individual soul. It is understood from Vedic literature that the
So one does
liberated
not
soul
one does not lose his identity as individual soul. One becomes a devotee, one becomes a pure devotee, one goes back to Godhead. Still, his identity is that of a das, anudas, anudas. He never becomes boss, anuboss. Continue. It is understood.
It is understood from Vedic literature that the liberated souls who have reached the transcendental planets of the spiritual sky always look to the lotus feet of Supreme Lord, being engaged in his transcendental loving service. So, even after liberation, the devotees do not lose their individual identities.
Pause, please. Clear till now? Continue. Generally.
Generally, in the material world, whatever knowledge we get is contaminated by the three modes of material nature. Knowledge which is not contaminated by the three modes of nature is called transcendental knowledge. As soon as one is situated in that transcendental knowledge, he is on the same platform as the Supreme Person. Those who have no knowledge of the spiritual sky hold that after being freed from the material activities of the material form, this spiritual identity becomes formless without any variegatedness.
Pause. So those who have no knowledge of the spiritual sky, that is the non-devotees, what happens to them? Please read the last three sentences. Sorry, last three lines.
Those who have no knowledge of the spiritual sky hold that after being freed from the material activities of the material form, this spiritual identity becomes formless without any variegatedness.
That is what happens to them.
বিদেহী আত্মা
Huh?
formless মানে বিদেহী আত্মা
No. Formless without any variegatedness. Who can say? What happens? What is he hinting at? Those who have no knowledge of the spiritual sky, that is, non-devotees, after being freed from material activities of the material form, this spiritual identity becomes formless. So
ব্রহ্মজ্যোতিতে মিলনি
absolutely, yes, correct. In Brahmajyoti, there is no form, only dot. Prabhupada gives the example of sun dots, sun rays, sunshine dots. Have you all seen sunshine dots through your windows? That's what happens in Brahmajyoti. And is there any varieties? No varieties. Variegatedness means Banglaয় বৈচিত্রতা. Do you see variegatedness here in this Google form also, Google Meet also? Yes, all of us look different, behave different, are from different backgrounds. Krishna likes variegatedness. But in Brahmajyoti, there is all uniformity, all are dots. There is no boichitrata. Clear? Sloka number 3. Mama yonir mahad brahma. Boliye.
mama yonir brahma.
Hare Krishna, please, everybody repeat. After when we recite shlok, everybody repeats shlokas so that everybody is alive. I mean, everybody is speaking. Mama yonir mahad brahma. Asmin garbham dadamyaham. Sambhava sarvabhutanam
Sambhava
सर्वभूतानां
tato bhavati bharata.
ततो भवति भारत.
Continue, Mataji. Your sound quality is very good. That's why I'm, promoting her for this one. You see, there's no background noise. There's clarity in sound. Sound should be crystal clear. Otherwise, oral reception becomes poor. Continue. The total.
The total material substance called Brahman is the source of birth, and it is that Brahman that I impregnate, making possible the births of all living beings, O son of Bharata.
Please, everybody, go through the translation for the next 15 seconds, word by word. And it is that Brahman that I impregnate. So, and so Prakriti hai. Brahman is Prakriti here. Prakriti gets impregnated through Drishti, glance of the Supreme Lord. Purport. This is
This is an explanation of the world. Everything that takes place is due to the combination of Kshetra and Kshetragya, the body and the spirit soul. This combination of material nature and the living entity is made possible by the Supreme God Himself. The Mahat Tattva is the total cause of the total cosmic manifestation, and that total substance of material cause, in which there are three modes of nature, is sometimes called Brahman. The Supreme Personality impregnates that total substance, and thus innumerable universes become possible. This total material substance,
pause,
the
pause,
Mahat.
pause, please. So the Supreme Personality impregnates the total substance. Okay? And thus innumerable universe becomes possible. So from Mahavishnu's body, millions of universes come because the material nature has got impregnated. So there is lot of material nature expansion in the form of different different Brahmands. Clear? Because the material nature got impregnated, sparsho, drishti through the. So now the material nature is becoming many Brahmans, and they are coming out from the body pores of Mahavishnu or Karvandaksha Vishnu. Clear till now? Continue. If
This
you don't
total
understand,
material.
if you don't understand any particular point, stop me. Otherwise, the foundation would not be strong. Continue.
This total material substance, the Mahat Tattva, is described as Brahman in the Vedic literature.
Pause, pause.
Man,
So here the word material nature is being used as Brahman. Now this Brahman word has been used for Supreme Lord also. This Brahman word has been even used at times for Jivas. So the context is very important. Continue.
Mandaka,
Tasmadita Brahmaja Nama Rupamannam Sachayate. The Supreme.
the Supreme Person impregnates that Brahman with the seeds of the living entities.
Aham
The,
Bija Pradapita. Okay. So who is giving the seed of the living entities? Krishna.
the 24 elements, beginning from earth, water, fire, and air, are all material energy, and they constitute what is called Mahat Brahma or the Great Brahman, the material nature. As explained in the seventh chapter, beyond this there is another superior nature, the living entity. Into material nature, the superior nature is mixed by the will of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thereafter all living entities are born of this material nature.
Okay.
The,
So Tatastha Shakti gets mixed with Apara Shakti. Clear? Tatastha Shakti gets mixed with Apara Shakti. Apara Shakti material nature, Tatastha Shakti living entities, they get mixed. Okay. That's why it's written into material nature and the superior nature is mixed by the will of the SPOG. And thereafter, all living entities are born of this material nature. Okay. So Jivas are Tatastha Shakti, material nature mixed. So Jivas gets body. We know how the 24 elements are constituted in making a human form or any form. Continue. Okay,
the,
you can come to this. Although this scorpion laying eggs is important, I think it is one of the analogies. Let's go through that.
The scorpion lays its eggs in the piles of rice, and sometimes it is said that the scorpion is born out of rice. But the rice is not the cause of the scorpion. Actually, the eggs were laid by the mother. Similarly, material nature is not the cause of birth of living entities. The seed is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they only seem to come out as products of material nature.
Pause. So, because we are born out of material nature, born out of some mother's womb, so it seems like the mother has given us birth, but actually, father is the seed giving person. Father has given the seed, and father has got the seed from Supreme Lord. We know how Supreme Lord, releases all jivas, and they come in the form of raindrops, and the raindrops get mingled with in the vegetation. You all have heard all this, na? And when the human being, consumes such vegetation, the seed goes inside his body, the male body. And when he is in union with another woman, the seed is implanted in the woman's womb. That's how she gets impregnated. This is the process. So, who is the cause of all causes? Supreme Lord Krishna. But although it seems that I have come out from a mother's womb. Continue.
Thus, every living entity, according to his past activities, has a different body created by this material nature so that the entity can enjoy or suffer according to his past deeds. The Lord is the cause of all manifestation of living entities in this material world.
So the living entity, according to his past activities, has a different body so that he can enjoy or suffer according to his past deeds. So according to his past deeds, he will get a different kind of a body. So that means, actually speaking, there are 84 lakhs possibilities of consciousness. বোঝা গেল জিনিসটা? जैसा conscience या consciousness, वैसा body. So in total, there are 84 lakh permutation combination possible of various consciousness. Come to the shloka number 4. Thank you. Sarvayoneshu Kanteya. This is one of the, I think, memory shlokas. Please repeat.
सर्वयोनिषु कौन्तेय
Murtya Sambhavantiya
मुक्तया सम्भवन्ति
Asam Brahma Mahadyonir Aham Bija Pradapita. Yes, continue, Mataji.
It should be understood that all species of life, O son of Kunti, are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed-giving father. In this verse, it is clearly explained that the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the original father of all living entities. The living entities are combinations of the material nature and the spiritual nature. Such living entities are seen not only on this planet but on every planet, even on the highest, where Brahma is situated. Everywhere there are living entities. Within the earth there are living entities even within water and within fire. All these appearances are due to the mother, material nature, and Krishna's seed-giving process. The purport is that the material world is impregnated with living entities who come out in various forms at the time of creation according to their past deeds.
Any question? Very simple purport, I think. দেখুন কোনো জিনিস যদি বুঝতে না পারছেন, just go through it. Text number 5. Satvam rajas tamasta iti tama iti
Sattvam
guna prakriti sambhava nibad nanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam Continue. Material.
Material nature consists of three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, O mighty armed Arjuna, he becomes conditioned by these modes.
Okay. Material nature consists of three modes. Purport. The living.
The living entity, because he is transcendental, has nothing to do with this material nature. Still, because he has become conditioned by the material world, he is acting under the spell of three modes of material nature. Because living entities have different kinds of bodies in terms of different aspects of nature, they are induced to act according to that nature. This is the cause of the varieties of happiness and distress.
Mm. So they are forced, induced to act according to that nature. So tiger will kill and eat deer. Tiger will eat non-veg. You can't help it because living entities have different kinds of bodies, and they have different kinds of bodies because they had different kinds of desires. So a person who wanted to eat flesh got the body of a tiger. That is the cause of the varieties of happiness and distress. That is called variegatedness or boichitrata. That's why we have so many species, so many birds, and etc. Please excuse me one second. হ্যাঁ আমি একটা নাম্বার দিচ্ছি, উনি মন্দিরের পূজারী, ওনাকে ফোন করে বলো, উনি উপরে পাঠিয়ে দেবে। আমি তোমায় হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করছি, দাঁড়াও, ওখানে থাকো তুমি, দাঁড়াও আমি বলছি। আরে আমি হোয়াটসঅ্যাপ করছি, দাঁড়াও। So we use very big peacock feathers for, you have seen peacock feathers, more punk pujari uses. So these peacock feathers, there's only one person who makes. The market peacock feathers you will get are small ones, but the ones we use in temple, they are big size. Have you seen?
In disciple course, Prabhu, you showed us, which is not cardboard but only made of peacock feathers, full with the
Yes.
size.
Most of the peacock feathers you will see, they are pasted on cardboard. So actually, if you are, that is called Vyajan Seva. If you are using peacock feathers, but they are getting cardboard fan hawa na. হরে কৃষ্ণা, ধন্যবাদ প্রভু। ওই লোক, হ্যাঁ ও নিচে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে, মেন গেটের ওখানে দাঁড়িয়ে আছে, নিয়ে এসছে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, হরি বল। ওহো, হরি বল। প্রভু চেক করে নেবেন, নাহলে পয়সা দেবেন না। ভালো করে এক একটা মোটা হওয়া উচিত, 3টে লেয়ার হওয়া উচিত, 3টে লেয়ার। হ্যাঁ চেক করে তার, হ্যাঁ 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 হ্যাঁ, নেবেন না, যেটা খারাপ দেবেন সেটা নেবেন না। হ্যাঁ 3000 করে পার, এক একটা 3000 টাকা করে আছে, সেটাই নেবেন যেটা ভালো, নাহলে বলবেন ও নিয়ে আসবে আবার 2 দিন পর। হরি। হ্যাঁ বিল, ওহো বিল আনতে ভুলে গেছে উনি বলতে। ঠিক আছে, সেটা না হয় পরে দিয়ে যাবে। হুম হুম, হুম। So, so see these things. This is Yukta Vairagya, using feather of a bird. Now, feather of any bird is not auspicious. We don't use hen feather. Hen, murgir feather use kori amra? Bhagavan, no no. So there are particular things mentioned in the scriptures, like for example, conch shell. Conch shell is actually a dead insect. Conch shell is actually a dead insect, isn't it? Conch shell, you understand? Ooh. It's actually a dead insect, but see, a dead insect is used for the service of the Lord. Similarly, mridanga is the skin of a cow who has left his body. Huh? Remember that, who has left his body naturally. That skin is used for making mridanga. These things are mentioned in the scriptures. হ্যাঁ আসছে আসছে, তুমি দাঁড়াও, ওখানে আসছে। তুমি উপরে উঠতে কে বলেছে তোমার বাবা? তোমায় তো বললাম নিচে দাঁড়াতে। এখন খুঁজে পাবে না তোমায়। ও নিচে আসছে, তুমি নিচে যাও, আসছে। কৃষ্ণ নামামৃত প্রভু। Krishna Navamrit Prabhu. Okay. So these specific things are mentioned in the scriptures. Although for an outsider it might seem inauspicious, but they are very much auspicious. Can you give any other examples of such things? Anybody?
Prabhu, honey.
Prabhuji, cow dung.
Honey, cow dung, very good. Yes. Honey is actually spit, no? It's actually
Also silk. Silk is called pure.
What is silk?
Silk.
Silk. Silk is also spit of silkworm. Excellent. Very good example. Bugle. Bugle, you know what Balramji has? It's actually buffalo horn. Oh, it is called shringa in Hindi. Have you seen buffalo horn? Bugle. I don't know. Have you seen something in Balramji's hand? He carries a bugle kind of thing.
হ্যাঁ প্রভু বড় মহিষের সিংহের মতো
ওটা মহিষের সিংহি।
একটা মহিষের সিংহ বিগুল বলে অনেকে আবার লোকাল ভাষা আছে।
Okay, let us come to, so these are the three ingredients of modes of material nature: rajo, sattva and tamo. Sloka number 6. Tatra sattvam nirma latvat prakashakam anamayam sukha sangena badnati jnana sangena chanagha. Please continue.
O sinless one, the mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating and it frees one from all sinful reaction. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by a sense of happiness and knowledge.
Okay, these are the symptoms of mode of goodness. Continue.
The living entities conditioned by material nature are of various types. One is happy, another is very active, and another is helpless. All these types of psychological manifestations are causes of entities' conditioned status in nature.
Pause.
How they are
But unfortunately, these things are not studied in psychology. Any psychology student here? Okay, no, none. So these things are not taught. That these the psychological condition are because of the mode of material nature.
আমি ডাইরেক্ট সোশ্যাল সাইকোলজি স্টুডেন্ট।
আচ্ছা, আপনি সাইকোলজি স্টুডেন্ট?
হ্যাঁ, সোশ্যাল সাইকোলজি।
সোশ্যাল সাইকোলজি ওটা আলাদা তো একটু নাকি?
হ্যাঁ, একটু আলাদা হয়ে যায়।
হ্যাঁ, ওকে, কন্টিনিউ।
How they are differently conditioned is explained in this section of Bhagavad Gita. The mode of goodness is first considered. The effect of developing the mode of goodness in the material world is that one becomes wiser than those otherwise conditioned. A man in the mode of goodness is not so much affected by material miseries, and he has a sense of advancement in material knowledge. The representative type is the Brahmana, who is supposed to be situated in the mode of goodness. This sense of happiness is due to understanding that in the mode of goodness, one is more or less free from sinful reactions. Actually, in the Vedic literature, it is said that the mode of goodness means greater knowledge and a greater sense of happiness. The difficulty here is that when
One sec. Till now, see the different aspects of mode of goodness. One is that the person is free from sinful reactions. Ulta pulta kaam nahi karega. Then mode of goodness means greater knowledge. He is very, he has got good knowledge. Knowledge here means usually spiritual knowledge. And greater sense of happiness. Now, one thing I want to clarify here. Many times you will see mode of goodness, while speaking, Prabhupada is talking about devotees. And few times you will see mode of goodness, Prabhupada is talking about pious people. Now, one thing we know, pious people, the difference between pious people and spiritual people, all of us knows here, right? What do you think? We want to become pious or we want to become spiritual?
Spiritual, Prabhu.
Yes, we all know. So, you have to be careful to see the context in which Prabhupada is using mode of goodness. বুঝতে পারছেন? কখনো কখনো শতগুণ ইউজ করবে ধার্মিক ব্যক্তির জন্য, কখনো কখনো শতগুণ ইউজ করবেন শিলা প্রভুপাদ আধ্যাত্মিক ব্যক্তির জন্য। নেক্সট প্যারা, দ্য ডিফিকাল্টি।
The difficulty here is that when a living entity is situated in the mode of goodness, he becomes conditioned to feel that he is advanced in knowledge and is better than others.
পজ।
In this way,
সো দিস ইজ দ্য প্রবলেম। এই মোড অফ গুডনেস থাকার ফলে কি হয়ে যায়, মানুষের গর্ব অহংকার হয়ে যায়। ওহ, আই নো সো মাচ, আই মিন মোড অফ গুডনেস, আই এম সো পণ্ডিত, আই এম সো মাচ নলেজেবল। দিস ইজ দ্য প্রবলেম। দ্যাটস ওয়াই ইট স্টার্টস, দ্য প্যারাগ্রাফ স্টার্টস, দ্য ডিফিকাল্টি হিয়ার ইজ, মানে এখানেই প্রবলেমটা হয়ে যায় কি, although the person is good, mode of goodness is better than mode of passion and ignorance, but the problem here is what, the pious people, they become puffed up. I am, so in this way he becomes, sorry,
in this way he becomes conditioned.
before that it is written that he feels that he is advanced in knowledge and is better than others. Continue.
The best examples are the scientist and the philosopher. Each is very proud of his knowledge, and because they generally improve their living conditions, they feel a sort of material happiness. This sense of advanced happiness in conditioned life makes them bound by the mode of goodness of material nature. As such, they are attracted toward working in the mode of goodness, and as long as they have an attraction for working in that way, they have to take some type of body in the mode of nature. Thus, there is no likelihood of liberation. Thus, there is no likelihood of liberation or of being transferred to the spiritual world. Repeatedly, one may become a philosopher, a scientist, or a poet, and repeatedly become entangled in the same disadvantage of birth and death. But due to illusion of the material energy, one thinks that sort of life is pleasant.
So such people usually you will find in the upper planetary system, the ones who are in mode of goodness. The ones who are in mode of passion, you will find them into the middle planetary system, that is Bhulok, Prithvilok, Martalok, Mrityulok, where we are presently. And the one in the mode of ignorance, you will find in the lower planetary system. Let's come to the next shloka number 7.
প্রভু আমার একটা কোশ্চেন আছে।
হ্যাঁ,
বলছি প্রভু ধ্রুবলোকে কারা যায়, মানে কোন ধরনের ধ্রুবলোক কারা?
Dhruvlok actually is a spiritual planet, but it is in material world. It is bestowed by Supreme Lord to Dhruva, is one of his favorite devotees. So Dhruvlok actually is a spiritual planet, but it is in material world. Okay, yeah. Jamun, for example, American consulate. Who is the owner of the place of American consulate? America. But it is in Calcutta, it is in other cities, major cities. The proprietor, nobody in consulate, if something happens, in some crime happens, who is supposed to administer that crime? That country. Janen এই জিনিসটা? So it is controlled by that particular country, American consulate or British consulate, whatever. Although the place is, yes, Rajiv Prabhu. Rajiv Prabhu, you have a question? Okay, let's come to the next question. Next shloka number 7. Rajo ragat kam vidhi Krishna sangha samudbhavam tannibadnati kaunteya dharma sangena dehinam. Yes, Shatrupa Mataji, please read the mode of passion.
The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, O son of Kunti, and because of this, the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive actions.
The fruitive actions born out of unlimited desires. That's why we say, he's very passionate person. What is a passionate person? Well, one who is very, what are the synonyms of passionate person? One who is very competitive, very passionate about his work, passionate about career oriented people. These are all called usually passionate person. No?
Ambitious.
So they have a lot of desires. Ambitious, yes, ambitious. There are a lot of desires, and that's why the living entity is bound to material fruitive actions. Purport.
The mode of passion is categorized by the attraction between man and woman.
Characterized.
Woman has attraction.
Characterized. The passion, the mode of passion is characterized. That means one of the.
Characterized. The mode of passion is characterized by the attraction between man and woman. Woman has attraction for man, and man has attraction for woman. This is called the mode of passion. And when the mode of passion is increased, one develops the hankering for material enjoyment. He wants to enjoy sense gratification. For sense gratification, a man in the mode of passion wants some honor in society or in the nation, and he wants to have a happy family with nice children, wife, and house. These are the products of the mode of passion.
Pause.
As long as one,
These are the products of mode of passion, but the epicenter is the attraction of different gender. Because of that, these are the byproducts. So one has to go through so much because of that particular main, that main thing. Yeah, continue. As long
as one is hankering after these things, he has to work very hard. Therefore, it is clearly stated here that he becomes associated with the fruits of his activities and thus becomes bound by such activities. In order to please his wife, children, and society, and to keep up his prestige, one has to work. Therefore, the whole material world is more or less in the mode of passion. Modern civilization is considered to be advanced in the standard of the mode of passion. Formerly, the advanced condition was considered to be in the mode of goodness. If there is no liberation for those in the mode of goodness, what to speak of those who are entangled in the mode of passion?
So mode of passion people, they don't get liberated. So what to speak? I mean, when the mode of goodness, they don't get liberated. That is, they don't go to Brahma Jyoti, they don't go to the spiritual world. They get stuck here only, the mode of goodness people. Who are the mode of goodness people? Brahma, Tapasvis in Tapolok, then all those Satyalok. Urdulok में कौन है? Bhu Bhuvar, then Swarglok, Maharlok, Chandralok, Tapalok. All those people, they maximum they can go to all these topmost planet. That's it. The Tapalok Vasis can go to even the Maharlok, and the Tapalok Vasis, they even can go to Brahma Jyoti because they are usually the yogis. So yogis, so they have this option of choosing the place of destination. The yogis. Okay, that happens with the mode of goodness. For the mode of passion, forget about going to high planetary systems. They can't even get liberation. So usually they come back to the passion people. They come back to this Bhulok, sorry, where we are. ঠিক আছে? Yes, Shatrupa Mataji, Rajiv Prabhu.
কৃষ্ণ প্রণাম প্রভু। তো বলছি যে এখানে যে রজগুণের প্রভাবে বলা হচ্ছে যে পুরুষের স্ত্রীর যে অ্যাট্রাকশন, প্রভুপাদ লিখছেন বা আমরা এটা মেটেরিয়াল ওয়ার্ল্ড এটা থাকে, তো এটা তো স্বাভাবিক, মানে এটা রজগুণের প্রভাবে, মানে এটা আমরা পুরুষ শরীর পেয়েছি বা স্ত্রী শরীর পেয়েছি, একে অপর জেন্ডারের প্রতি অ্যাট্রাকশন।
Initially there was no attraction, then this got injected. Initially Manu Satrupa, when they were created, there was no attraction. Then Brahma created mode of passion, and then they got attracted to each other because otherwise progeny nahi hoga. Progeny, you understand? Creation. So don't think that this is obvious. It is not obvious. It is injected. Mode of passion is injected. That's why there is attraction for opposite gender. Okay, Rajiv Prabhu. If you go through creation, initially when Manu and Saturapa were created, attraction was not there. So the Brahma had to inject and not like injection, like he had to introduce mode of passion. And then, because if there is no mode of passion, creation will not take place. Rajiv Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Actually, I was unable to unmute. In the previous text, you mentioned about Dhruva Loka. That is a spiritual loka in the material world.
Yes.
So I was hearing from one devotee that she was comparing Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj, and it was mentioned that how Dhruva Maharaj, his destination is like how Prahlad Maharaj's destination is higher compared to Dhruva Maharaj's, because they approached Lord with different motives.
Yes.
So before that, I never had heard that. I used to think that Dhruva Loka is also spiritual, and Prahlad Maharaj, his Loka is also spiritual.
Absolutely. Sutal is also spiritual. Prahlad Maharaj also transferred into Sutal Prahlad Maharaj was transferred to Sutal where Lord Vishnu would be his gatekeeper. Now, Prahlad Maharaj's Sutal is not lower planetary system. Like if you see the lower planetary system, Tal, Vital, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Rasatal, Mahatal, and Patal. So there is in the lower planetary system Sutal. But where Prahlad Maharaj goes, that is not lower planetary system. That is also a spiritual planet, Sutal where Prahlad Maharaj goes. But it is in material world.
Prahlad Maharaj is also in material world, and
But spiritual lok, yes. Are you all aware that there is Vaikuntha in material world? Are you all aware? There is Vaikuntha also in this material world. So there is so much noise, background noise. Anyways, so yes, Shivani Mataji.
Prabhuji, the place where Shirodakshai Vishnu resides, is that the Vaikuntha place?
Shirodaksha Vishnu resides in Kshirsagar. Milk Ocean. Somebody can share that. I'll show you where it is. Sadrita Matri, can you share that spiritual world, material world and photo?
One second.
So Kshiradaksha Vishnu's expansion as Paramatma, he resides in our body, but Kshiradaksha Vishnu in his Chaturbhuj group, I'll show you, he is there in the material world itself. Wait.
Prabhu, in the meantime, so is it proper to compare and say that Prahlad Maharaj is a more elevated devotee when compared to Dhruva Maharaj?
Comparison, I don't know. But one thing is there evident. Prahlad Maharaj was born devotee. Dhruv Maharaj, born through Tanpad. Initially, he had material objectives. He wanted a bigger kingdom than his grandfather. But he ended up in Sutal Lok. And after he got darshan, but yeah, one more thing, Dhruv Maharaj also scores very high to the point that in the history of mankind, nobody has got darshan of Supreme Lord in 6 months. 6 महीना में भगवान का दर्शन कोई भी किसी को भी नहीं मिला, but Dhruv Maharaj को मिला. In Madhuban, in 6 months only he got darshan of Supreme Lord. That is high score. I don't know what else can I give points for. Prahlad Maharaj, great background, बहुत बड़ा background है, not like Dhruv Maharaj, unlike Dhruv Maharaj. Great ancestors and born devotee. He heard, Bhagavatam from Narad Muni in the womb. So you can understand, great elevated soul. Yeah. Okay. Now see, can you see, zoom. Can you see next to Durga Maharani, Durga Ma, there is Kshiradaksha Vishnu. Everybody can see Kshiradaksha Vishnu? Chaturbhuj Roop, next to Durga Ma. Okay, great. So that is where Kshirodakshayi Vishnu reside. Although his expansion as Paramatma resides in the heart of every living entity. Okay. Now let us go back to our sloka number 8. Yes, Satrupa Mataji.
হরে কৃষ্ণ, প্রণাম প্রভু। তো একটা প্রশ্ন আসলো যে এই যে প্রহ্লাদ মহারাজ, ধ্রুব মহারাজের সম্পর্কে যেটা বলছিলেন, তো, এনারা তো অনেক উচ্চ স্তরের ভক্ত। তো তাহলে ভগবান গোলক বৃন্দাবনে না পাঠিয়ে এখানে ম্যাটেরিয়াল ওয়ার্ল্ডেরই একটা স্পিরিচুয়াল ওয়ার্ল্ডে কেন পাঠালেন? মানে এরকম একটা আসছে। ওনারা
এটাকে
তো
বলে
অনেক উচ্চ স্তরের।
একটা প্রশ্ন 10টা প্রশ্নকে জন্ম দেয়। হরে কৃষ্ণ। And আমাদের 9:30টার মধ্যে শেষ করতে হবে। So why he did not send him back? I think 36,000 years Dhruv Maharaj got stuck here. Then he went back. And regarding Prahlad Maharaj, now Prahlad Maharaj, there is a lot of good pastimes. Prahlad Maharaj, because he was born in a demonic family, he had a tendency of attacking Indra continuously. একটু ছাড়লেই the demons had always have a tendency of attacking Svargaloka. That's why actually one of the reason why Lord chose to be his Dwarpal. Because Prahlad Maharaj always will try to attack all the demons, like any demon, always try to attack Svarglok. And if the Svarglok is attacked, there will be discrepancy in the material world because the demigods and goddesses are actually controlling indirectly the material world. If they are disturbed, the material world will be disturbed. So that's why Lord resides in Sutalok as a Dwarpal to see that Prahlad Maharaj and his associates don't do any miscreants and goes to Swarglok and attack. तो उसके लिए मेनली भगवान द्वारपाल बना. And why they did not go back? They did go back to Godhead after 36,000 years. Dhruv Maharaj went back to Godhead. It is mentioned. So Dhruv Maharaj, because he had material desires initially, he had to go through that 36,000 years in material world. Although, as I said, the Dhruv Loka is not considered a part of material world. Krishna will not send his devotees to some material place, especially such an elevated soul as Dhruva. You all know how he did austerity in those 6 months. Okay, let's come to the next shlokas. Tamastamagyan jam viddhi mohanam sarvadehinam Ramadalasya Nidrabhis Tannibatnati Bharata. So while we read all these different modes, please try to see where we lie, where we can see ourselves in the picture, in which mode. Continue. Continue. Continue.
O son of Bharata, know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. The results of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul.
So these are the symptoms of a person, tamaguni person. Darkness born of ignorance, madness, indolence, laziness, sleep, such. Continue.
In this verse, the specific application of the word to is very significant. This means that the mode of ignorance is a very peculiar qualification of the embodied soul. The mode of ignorance is just the opposite of the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness, by development of knowledge, one can understand the what is what. But the mode of ignorance is just the opposite. Everyone under the spell of the mode of ignorance becomes mad and a Madman cannot understand what is what. Instead of making advancement, one becomes degraded. The
But
definition of
that's it. So these are the symptoms of mode of ignorance. The last five lines are very important. Please go to that. 6 hours of sleep.
6 hours of sleep is sufficient. But a man in the mode of ignorance sleeps at least 10 or 12 hours a day. Such a man appears to be always dejected and is addicted to intoxicants and sleeping. These are the symptoms of a person conditioned by the mode of ignorance.
Clear? Laziness, madness, indolence. That is also indolence is also laziness. Text number 9. Sattvam sukhe satyayat
Satyam Sukhe
Satyam Jayati
raja karmani bharata
Raja
Karmani Bharata
jnanamavritya krutama
Jnanam
tamade sanjayatyuta.
Sanjata.
Yes, Ankita Mataji, O son of.
O son of Bharata, the mode of goodness conditions one to happiness, passion conditions one to fruitive action and ignorance, covering one's knowledge binds one to madness.
Continue.
Purport: a person in the mode of goodness is satisfied by his work or intellectual pursuit, just as a philosopher, scientist, or educator may be engaged in a particular field of knowledge and may be satisfied in that way. A man in the mode of passion may be engaged in fruitive activity. He owns as much as he can and spends for good causes. Sometimes he tries to open hospitals, give to charity institutions, etc. These are signs of one in the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance covers knowledge. In the mode of ignorance, whatever one does is good neither for him nor for anyone.
So this number 9 shloka is more like a summarization of shloka number 6, 7, and 8. Clear? All the three modes. Let's come to shloka number 10. Rajas tamas chabhibhuya
Rajatamatam Chabhuva
tattvam bhavati bharata
Satam Bhavati Bharata
raja sattvam tamaschaiva
Rajam Tamsaiva
tama sattvam rajastatha.
Tamasatam Rajasthatha.
Please continue.
Sometimes the mode of goodness becomes prominent, defeating the modes of passion and ignorance. O son of Bharata, sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy.
So for supremacy. So remember, these three modes, we are affected, all of us are affected by these three modes. But also, on the other hand, there is one particular mode which dominates us. So although these three modes, we are attacked by all these three modes, we are at times passionate, then goodness, and then also we are ignorance. Usually, like in the morning, the daytime, when we wake up, that is, we are in good mode of goodness. We had a good sleep, and in the morning, we feel like doing mode of goodness. Also has different kind of works. Like we'll come to know those all will come, like gardening, doing some yoga. These are all done in the mode of goodness in the morning, right? But then as the day progresses, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning, then slowly the body becomes passionate and we want to do some work. Oh, banking kaj baki, office is baki, and there's so much shopping to be done, and this has to be done, that is to be done, all these things have to be done. And this goes on till 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. At around 6 p.m., you feel lazy. I'm talking about non-devotees. Let me relax. Let me have some snacks. Let me watch some TV with family. Let me lie down. And slowly, he goes to fully mode of ignorance, others goes to sleep. So, in that sense, all these three modes actually we are affected throughout the day. But still, there are cases where a particular mode dominates us, and that decides what kind of a person we are: a mode of passion person, an ignorance mode of ignorance person, or a mode of goodness person. There is some particular. I mean, maybe somebody else can tell about us. Shatrupa Mati.
কৃষ্ণ প্রণাম প্রভু, এটা চলে এসছে আগের শ্লোকে। তো বলছি এই যে যারা সত্যগুণে থাকে 9 নম্বর শ্লোকে বলা হয়েছে সাত্ত্বিক সাধারণ মানুষ দার্শনিক বিজ্ঞানী বা শিক্ষক রূপে কর্ম বা জ্ঞানের কোনো বিশেষ শাখায় নিযুক্ত থেকে তার বুদ্ধিগত প্রচেষ্টার মাধ্যমে সন্তুষ্টি লাভ করেন। যারা যেরকম দান ধ্যান করে বা অনেক ভালো কাজ করে, তো তাদের কি গতি হয়? মানে তারা ভগবানকে বোঝেনি, কিন্তু তারা দিনের পর দিন শুধু মানুষের ভালো উপকার করে। তো তাদের কি মানে তারা কোন লোক প্রাপ্ত হবে? স্বর্গ?
ওকে, একটা জিনিস তো আমি বলতে চাই যে একটা কোনো অ্যাক্টিভিটি দেখে, দান ঠান দেখে একটা লোকের নির্ণয় হয় না যে কোথায় পাঠাবো। Lot of factors are considered, Chitraguptke, before sending that person where to send. A lot of factors are there. One of the factors is কি দান করেছে, কোথায় কি হসপিটাল খুলেছে, that is one of the factors. সে কি চিন্তাধারা করছে, কি খাচ্ছে, কি কথা বলছে, কেমন চলাফেরা করছে, কেমন লোকের সঙ্গত করছে, who is mixing with, so many factors are there. All this is considered, and at the time of death ব্যক্তির ওই জিনিসটাই মাথায় আসে, যেটা জিনিস like Radhanath Maharaj says, a person is what he associates with. You become that. Whatever you associate with, you become that. So in his entire life, he has done so many things, so many activities associated with so many people. But we take weighted average. If we take weighted average, we'll find that now maximum time he spent with these devotees, maximum time he was doing devotional service, maximum time he was having prasadam. So when we take the average, we find that he was in mode of pure goodness. So let us transfer him to spiritual world. So so many millions of factors are considered before taking the decision where to send him next. Okay. So if you ask that ওর দানটা দেখে আপনি শুধু দানে হসপিটাল খুলেছে, ওকে কোথায় পাঠানো উচিত, that is not sufficient to actually arrive at where to send him. Lot of factors are considered. এটা আমি বলতে চাই।
সেটাই প্রভু, যেমন এখন অনেকেই 2 নম্বরই পয়সা দিয়ে সব দান ধ্যান করে অ্যাভয়েড করার জন্য চেষ্টা করে, সেটাকে তো তখন আর শতগুণী এরকম কাজ মানে আসবে না, কাউন্ট হবে না, তাই না? সেটাই।
Absolutely. So many factors are considered. One of them is কি দান করেছে, হসপিটাল খুলেছে, ঠিক আছে। আর যদি এমনি দেখেন যে একটা ব্যক্তি যে ম্যাক্সিমাম প্রাইমারি সারা জীবন দান ধান করেছে, হসপিটাল বগেরা পায়াস অ্যাক্টিভিটিস করেছে, so what happens, usually you elevate that person. A pious person actually is more susceptible to come into Krishna consciousness. So mode of ignorance থেকে mode of passion better, mode of passion থেকে mode of goodness better, mode of goodness থেকে mode of pure goodness better. তো স্টেপ বাই স্টেপ এলিভেশনও হয়। যারা ধার্মিক ব্যক্তি পরের জন্মে আধ্যাত্মিক হয়ে যায়। ইনফ্যাক্ট যদি ভালো করে দেখেন, অধিকাংশ ভক্ত যারা এখন ইসকনে আছেন বা তাদের কিন্তু ধার্মিক ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড ছিল। অধিকাংশ ভক্তদের কথা বলছি, তারা ধার্মিক পরিবারে জন্মগ্রহণ করেছে, আর আস্তে আস্তে ওই জন্য কৃষ্ণ ভক্তিকে খুব সাধারণ মানে আসানি সে লে পায়া, তুরন্ত লে পায়া। when Krishna consciousness came across their life, they immediately took it. You will see a lot of people who were already very sattvic in their behavior, in their lifestyle. When Krishna consciousness went across them, they immediately took it. Why? It matched with their lifestyle. বুঝতে পারছেন? So that is that. But again, on the other hand, you cannot generalize, because এমনও দেখা গেছে the person who was in the worst mode of ignorance, ekdam opposite, but they came into Krishna consciousness like this, muri murkin moto. Why? Association of a very high elevated soul like Prabhupada. Ekdam opposite person. No way he can come to, but they are the ones who came and they became very elevated souls in ISKCON. Okay. So, where are we? In the purport or the translation?
Translation. We have completed the translation.
Please, Mataji, continue.
Purport. When the mode of passion is prominent, the modes of goodness and ignorance are defeated. When the mood of goodness is prominent, passion and ignorance are defeated. And when the mode of ignorance is prominent, passion and goodness are defeated.
अच्छा,
This
defeated money,
competition
what do you mean by defeated? They are subdued. So that
পরাভূত হয়, হারিয়ে দিচ্ছে, একটা আরেকটাকে হারিয়ে দিচ্ছে সবসময়
হারিয়ে
প্রতিযোগিতা
দিচ্ছে মানে
করছে,
কি? হারিয়ে দিচ্ছে মানে কি?
পরাজিত করছে,
সেটা তো
ভালোটা
আমি বুঝতে
খারাপটাকে
পারছি।
পরাজিত করছে, কখনো খারাপটা মানে তমগুণ কখনো রজগুণ শতগুণকে হারিয়ে দিচ্ছে, বা শতগুণ যখন বেশি থাকছে তখন সেটা
কিন্তু
রজগুণ
এটা
বা
এইভাবে
তমগুণ।
আমাদের বুঝতে হবে, এটা আমাদের এইভাবে পরাজিত মানে এইভাবে বুঝতে হবে যে দ্যাট ইজ মোর এভিডেন্ট। হ্যাঁ, ধরুন ধরুন আমি শতগুণে আছি এখন। হ্যাঁ, এর মানে নেই যে আমার মধ্যে রজগুণ বা তমগুণ হয় না। হ্যাঁ, কিন্তু আমি শতগুণে আছি, ওই জন্য আমি ভালো ব্যবহার করছি, শান্ত হয়ে আছি, স্নিগ্ধতা আছে আমার মধ্যে, ওরকম কার্যকলাপ আমি করছি। তো বাকি দুটোকে আমি দাবিয়ে রাখছি। তম আর রজগুণকে আমি ওই জন্য ডিফিটেড। ডিফিটেড মানে এমন না যে ফুটবল ম্যাচে হারিয়ে ফেললাম। হ্যাঁ, এটাই। ইয়েস, ঠিক আছে। ইয়া, শত্রুপা মাতাজি।
তো হ্যাঁ, আমি একটা উদাহরণ দিয়ে মানে আপনি বলছিলেন তাই আমি বুঝতে পেরেছি কিনা একটু বলতে চাইছিলাম। ঠিক
হ্যাঁ,
আছে, তো
ওকে, কন্টিনিউ মাতাজি।
This competition is always going on. Therefore, one who is actually intent on advancing in Krishna consciousness has to transcend these three modes. The prominence of some certain mode of nature is manifested in one's dealings, in his activities, in eating, etc. All these will be
দেখুন
explained
দেখুন,
in later
লিসেন
chapters.
টু দিস স্টেটমেন্ট ভেরি কেয়ারফুলি। দ্য প্রমিনেন্স, প্রমিনেন্স মানে যে জিনিসটা বেশি প্রমিনেন্ট, অফ সার্টেন মোড অফ নেচার ইজ ম্যানিফেস্টেড ইন ওয়ান্স ডিলিং, ইন হিজ অ্যাক্টিভিটিস, ইন ইটিং এটসেট্রা। তো প্রমিনেন্সটা মানে সবগুলি দেখা যায়, কিন্তু একটা কোনো জিনিস পার্টিকুলার মোড ইজ হাইলাইটেড মোর। Say I am dealing with you all. For example, say we have a meeting. Okay, we are meeting about how to organize Narsing Chaturdashi Anushthan in Alipur. Okay, and in that meeting we have a passionate speaker. Then we have a mode of goodness speaker, and we also have a mode of ignorance speaker who is always yawning. Oh, কখন শেষ হবে, you know. And somebody who is very passionately contributing, somebody who is very uh, in a very subdued way listening to everybody and summarizing in a mode of goodness. So all this will decide prominence of the modes. Continue, Mataji.
All these will be explained in later chapters, but in one once he can develop by practice the mode of goodness and thus defeat the modes of ignorance and passion. One can similarly develop the mode of passion and defeat goodness and ignorance, or one can develop the mode of ignorance and defeat goodness and passion.
Pause.
Although there
But
are
also remember one thing which I forgot to tell you all in the beginning. Mode of goodness also has elements of mode of passion and ignorance. So also if a person has transcendent, he has transcendent mane upare ho gaya with mode of ignorance and passion. But remember, merely being in a mode of goodness is not sufficient, because mode of goodness also has particles of mode of passion and mode of ignorance. Continue.
Although there are these three modes of material nature, if one is determined, he can be blessed by the mode of goodness, and by transcendenting the mode of goodness, he can be situated in pure goodness, which is called the Vasudeva state, a state in which one can understand the science of God. By the manifestation of particular activities, it can be understood in what mode of nature one is situated.
By the manifestation of particular activities. Now, these particular activities will come later on. Like, for example, I'll give you all. When a person has too much basi khabar, stale food, etc., so he's supposed to be in mode of
Tamagun, ignorance.
Ignorance.
manifestation of particular activities. It can be understood in what mode of nature one is situated. Understood? Okay. Similarly, another thing, this mode of pure goodness is one who transcends mode of goodness. This state is called Vasudeva. The other synonyms of this state is Vishuddha Satugun. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना मोड ऑफ प्योर गुडनेस और विशुद्ध सत्वगुण में है. Okay.
বাসুদেবা স্থিতি আর বিশুদ্ধ শব্দ গুলো একই জিনিস, তাই তো?
Aki, synonyms. Let's come to sloka number 11. Sarvadvareshu dehasmin. Volume.
सर्वद्वारेषु देहस्मिन्
Prakasha upajayate.
प्रकाशा उपजायते
Jnanam yada tada vidyat.
ज्ञानं या तदा विद्यात्
Vivriddham sattvam iti uta.
विवृद्धं सत्त्वम् इत्युत
Yes, please continue.
The manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge.
Purport.
Purport. There are 9 gates in the body: 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, the mouth, the genitals, and the anus. When every gate is illuminated by the symptoms of goodness, it should be understood that one has developed the mode of goodness. In the mode of goodness, one can see things in the right position, one can hear things in the right position, and one can taste things in the right position. One becomes cleansed inside and outside. In every gate, there is development of the symptoms of happiness, and that is the position of goodness.
Okay, so these are the symptoms of mode of goodness. All the gates of the body are illuminated. They are receptive. They are in a position to accept knowledge. Like, for example, I'll tell you in one lecture I heard that when we actually have a good sleep and then we wake up in the morning or even in the evening, so we are after having a good sleep. So it is when we wake up, you will see the our gates are usually illusioned. So we are more in the mode of goodness. That's why after a good sleep, if you attend a lecture or a class, the receptivity is very high. Have you noticed this? The receptivity is very high. On the opposite side, if you had a very tiring day and almost the gates are closed, including the eyes, you know, you feel sleepy. So the receptivity is very low. Okay. Let's come to sloka number 12. Lobha pravritir arambha. बोलिए. कर्मणाम असमास्पृहा
कर्मणा असमास्पृह
राजस्येतानि जयन्ते
राजसैतानि जयन्ते
विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ.
विवृद्धे भरतर्षभ
Abhishek Prabhu, please continue.
Translation: O chief of the Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion of symptoms of great attachment, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop.
Okay, these are the symptoms. Can the sound be enhanced, improved?
Purport. One in the mode of passion is never satisfied with the position he has already acquired. He hankers to increase his position. If he wants to construct a residential house, he tries his best to have a palatial house, palatial house, as if he would be able to reside in that house eternally. And he develops a great hankering for sense gratification. There is no end to sense gratification. He always wants to remain with his family and in the house and to continue the process of sense gratification. There is no cessation.
So you see, there is it shows a lot of attachment. It shows a lot of attraction for ye dil mange more. I want a better house. I want to always stay with my family. So these are the symptoms of a person in the mode of passion. Continue.
There is no cessation of this. All these symptoms should be understood as characteristics of the mode of passion.
But whereas you compare with a devotee is satisfied with the normal minimum. If his minimal basic necessities are there, he is happy. He is happy. He is more focused. He is spending more his time, money, and energy on spiritual life because his basic necessities are चल रहा है. रोटी कपड़ा मकान मिल गया, दाल रोटी सब्जी मिल जाता है डेली. बस fine, enough. Let me now focus my time, money, and energy on spiritual life. Because these things are getting covered, basic necessities मिल जा रहा है ना. So that's why you see Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Krishna Supreme Lord says that people who have done little devotional service this life, next life are born into rich families. There's a shloka, Suchinam Srimatam Gehe. Why? Because his basic necessities would be met. So once the basic necessities are met, so that fellow can concentrate on spiritual life. You tell me, can a rickshaw wala concentrate on spiritual life? You tell him, come do Bhakti Shastri, come to our temple. He'll say, Babu, paisa nahi hai, khane ka next khana milega ya nahi, malum nahi. You are calling me to temple. Not possible. Yeah. Let us now come to shloka number. Yes, Mataji.
ক্ষমা করবেন, একটা প্রশ্ন আসছে, ওটা জিজ্ঞেস করবো কিনা ভাবছি, একটু বোকা বোকা হয়তো শোনাতে পারে। তো আসলে আমি বলতে চাইছি,
ওই একই অবস্থা।
তো মানে একটু মানে বলবো যদি অভয় দেন।
হ্যাঁ, বলে ফেলুন।
হচ্ছে যে, তো এই যে সেদিনকে যখন রাধানাথ স্বামী মহারাজকে দর্শন করতে গেলাম, ওখানে যে প্রভুপাদ বার্থ প্লেসে যে ইয়ে হচ্ছিল, মানে সবাই তখন মানে সবাই কন্ট্রিবিউশন করছিল, অনেক ভক্তরা কন্ট্রিবিউশন করছিলেন। তখন আমার নিজেকে খুব ছোট লাগছিল যে মানে ওখানে তো অনেক বড় বড় কন্ট্রিবিউশন হচ্ছিল, কিন্তু তখন ভাবছি যে ম্যাটেরিয়াল ওয়ার্ল্ডে আমি এমন কিছু করবো, তাহলে আমিও তো ওই টিউবির জন্য তাহলে দান করতে পারতাম। যদিও আমিও এরকম হয়তো আমার সামর্থ্য অল্প কিছু আছে, কিন্তু অল্প কিছু মানে যেহেতু বড় বড় দান হচ্ছিল, তো সেখানে না মানে ছোট দানগুলো অনেক ছোট দেখাবে, তো সেই জন্য তো প্রভু মানে সেই ক্ষেত্রে এই যে চিন্তা ভাবনাগুলো তখন এসছে যে তাহলে এই করব, এই করে এইভাবে উপার্জন করব, এটা কি রজগুণের প্রভাব, না এটা কি মানে এইটা করে তাহলে বেশি উপার্জন করলে তাহলে আমিও মন্দিরের জন্য কন্ট্রিবিউশন করতে পারবো। এটা কি রকম চিন্তা ভাবনা ছিল আমার, কোন গুণের প্রভাব ছিল,
মাই গুডনেস।
সেটা জানতে চাইছি প্রভু।
ওকে, আমি যেটা আমার মনে হচ্ছে সেটা আমি শেয়ার করছি, কারণ কি আসল কি সেটা ভগবানই জানেন, গোবিন্দই জানেন। দেখুন, সবাই আসলে সব ভক্তরাই কিছু না কিছু ভাবে ভগবানের সেবায় নিজেদের কন্ট্রিবিউশন করছে। কেউ অর্থনৈতিক ভাবে, তো কেউ শারীরিক ভাবে, তো কেউ মানসিক ভাবে, কেউ শিক্ষাগত ভাবে। আমরা সবাই নিজের ক্ষমতা অনুযায়ী, কারণ কি আজকে একটু টাইম আছে ওই জন্য একটু আলোচনা করতে পারছি। সো আমরা নিজেদের ক্ষমতা হিসাবে, আমাদের নিজের সামর্থ্য হিসাবে আর নিজেদের চেতনা হিসাবে আমরা নিজেরা ভগবানের সেবা করতে থাকি। সো ইটস ওকে। তো ওই জন্য নিজেকে খারাপ মনে করি উচিত না যে, আর এই চক্করে কি আমি আরো কামাবো, বরঞ্চ এইসব সেবা টেবা ছাড়ি। ইনি যেভাবে একটা মোটা চেক দিলেন, বললেন আমি 1 কোটি টাকা দেবো প্রভুপাদ জন্মস্থানে মিউজিয়ামের জন্য। আমি এমন কিছু করি যেটা 1 কোটি টাকা। এখন একটা ধুতি কা সংসার বলে একটা ड्रामा आप लोग देखा है, धोती का संसार? তো একটা আশ্রমে একটা চুহা ছিল। তো সাধু ভেরি ভেরি নাইস ডিভোটি, ভেরি ভেরি নাইস ডিভোটি, কিন্তু ওই চুহাটা এসে বারবার ধুতি কেটে দিত। তো अपना धोती, साधु का धोती फटाफट जाता। तो इसीलिए साधु ने क्या किया, द साधु थॉट ऑफ एम्प्लॉइंग अ कैट। একটা বিড়াল পুষেছে, বাট দ্য বিড়াল তো সবসময় দুধ চায়। তো সাধু দেন এমপ্লয়েড ফিউ কাউস, কটা গরু নিয়ে এসছে। এখন গরু নিয়ে তো গরু নিয়ে এসছে, এখন গরুগুলোকে পালার জন্য তো লোক চাই। তো সাধু বিয়ে করেছে, কারণ কি বউ আসবে, বউ বাচ্চারা সব গরুগুলোকে দেখবে। এখন সাধু বিয়ে করেছে, তো এখন যা সাধুর মন্দিরের বা আশ্রমে ইনকাম সেটা দিয়ে তো হয় না কিছু। তো সাধু চাকরি করতে হচ্ছে বাইরে গিয়ে। সাধু এখন বাইরে গিয়ে চাকরি করছে। এখন বাইরে গিয়ে চাকরি করছে, তো দেখুন ধুতিটাকে বাঁচানোর জন্য কিভাবে ফেঁসে গেল, কোথা থেকে কোথা, সেই ধুতিটাকে কিভাবে ইঁদুর থেকে বাঁচাবে বলে। তো সেইভাবে মানুষ যেন এইভাবে প্যাশনেট হয়ে হঠাৎ করে আমিও নেক্সট মিউজিয়ামে আমি 1 কোটি টাকা দেবো, এই সংকল্প করে যেন এরকম কিছু না করে যেটাতে তার সাধন ভজন কম্প্রোমাইজ হয়ে যায়। এটা মনে রাখতে হবে। আরেকটা উদাহরণ আমার মাথায় আসে, আমাদের ভক্তিবৃক্ষে 2009-এ একটা ভক্ত ছিল কমলেশ প্রভু। ওনার আমাদের এই ধর্মতলায় একটা ময়দান মার্কেট আছে। এই ময়দান মার্কেটের ভেতরে একটা শাড়ির দোকান ছিল। ওকে, অ্যান্ড that person was very sincere in devotional service, very very sincere। 4 নিয়ম 16 মালা করতো নিয়মিতভাবে, আর দীক্ষাও নেওয়ার জন্য আশ্রয় নিয়ে নিয়েছিল গুরু মহারাজের থেকে। কিন্তু পরবর্তীকালে হঠাৎ করে মায়া কি পরীক্ষা নিল, তার হাতে টাকা পয়সা এলো, ভালো ব্যবসা চললো, সে আরেকটা দোকান কিনলো ওই ময়দান মার্কেটে, আরেকটা শাড়ির দোকান কিনলো। ওই শাড়ির দোকানটা এত ভালো চললো, সে ওই নিউ মার্কেটে, কলকাতার নিউ মার্কেটে আরো 2টো দোকান কিনলো এরপরে। এখন যে ব্যক্তি একটা শাড়ির দোকানে সারাক্ষণ বসে থাকতো, সে এখন 2টো, আর তারপর নতুন নিউ মার্কেটে এই 4টে দোকান সামলাতে সামলাতে কি হলো, তার জব বন্ধ হয়ে গেল, 4 নিয়ম বন্ধ হয়ে গেল, ওই দোকানেই সারাদিন খাওয়া দাওয়া করতো। সে আগে বাড়িতে গিয়ে প্রসাদ পেতেন, কিন্তু এখন উনি দোকানেই, আশেপাশে যেগুলো দোকান থেকে যেগুলো কিনে খাওয়া যায়, কেউ বাড়িতে বানিয়ে উপর থেকে দোকানে পাঠাবে, এসব খাওয়া দাওয়া শুরু, রাস্তা খাবার শুরু করে দিল। সে মারওয়াড়ি পরিবারে জন্মগ্রহণ করেছিলেন, ভেজিটেরিয়ান ছিলেন, কিন্তু দুর্ভাগ্যবশত প্রসাদিটেরিয়ান হতে হতে, দীক্ষা হতে হতে সে ননভেজ খাওয়া শুরু করে দিল। ডিম টিম, রাস্তা থেকে যখন ডিম টিম এগুলো পাওয়া যায় না সহজেই, আর কলকাতা তো এমন একটা শহর যেখানে ননভেজ সব জায়গায় পাওয়া যায়, ভেজিটেরিয়ান পাওয়াটা খুব মানে ডেঞ্জারাস হয়ে যায়, দুর্লভ হয়ে যায়। এইভাবে তার প্রাণাশ্বতী এইভাবে। ওই জন্য আমাদের একটু খুব চিন্তাধারা ভালো করে করতে হবে, দ্যাট উই ডোন্ট গেট ক্যারিড অ্যাওয়ে বাই আওয়ার প্যাশনেট মোড। ক্যারিড অ্যাওয়ে হয়ে যেতে পারে হঠাৎ করে। তো আমরা শান্ত, ওই জন্য বাচো বেগম মনসা ক্রোধ, বেগগুলো আসতে থাকবে। আজকে সকালবেলা আমি ক্লাসে পড়ছিলাম, সরি ডিসাইপল কোর্সে বলছিলাম, যে বেগগুলো আসতে থাকবে সবার জন্য, সাধুর জন্য আর সাধারণ মানুষের জন্য। অল দিস 6 টাইপস অফ বেগ হয় না, মনসা ক্রোধ বেগম, জীবা বেগম, উদরপস্থ বেগম, দিস উইল কাম, but it is upon us how we handle them. It's not that a sadhu doesn't get any wave. No, wrong. Rupa Goswami gives the example of the waves of an ocean. যদি আপনারা পুরীর সমুদ্রে যান, তো ঢেউগুলো কি সবার জন্যই তো আসবে নাকি? ঢেউগুলো সবার জন্য আসবে না? সবার জন্যই আসবে যদি সমুদ্রে দাঁড়ান। কিন্তু সেই বড় বড় ঢেউ আসে, আর আপনি নিজেকে কিভাবে সংযত রাখছেন সেটা আপনার হাতে। ঢেউ জীবনে আসতে থাকবে, কিন্তু কিভাবে, হাউ ইউ হ্যান্ডেল দোজ ওয়েভস, দ্যাট ইজ ইন ইউর হ্যান্ড। ওকে,
বলছি কি, প্রভু একটা লাইন বলতে চাইছি, মানে এটা কি মানে ভুল চিন্তা ভাবনা ছিল সেই মুহূর্তে? মানে সেই মুহূর্তে এরকম চিন্তা ছিল যে ঠিক আছে ভগবান আমাকে এই গুণটা দিয়েছে, তাহলে এই গুণটার দ্বারা মানে ওইটা পুরোপুরি ডিভোশনাল নয়, তাহলে এইটা করে তাহলে আমি টাকা উপার্জন করে তাহলে মন্দিরে হেল্প করতে পারি, এই মানে এইটা,
ভালো,
এটা
সেটা তো
মানে এটা
উনি
কি?
এভাবে ভাবুন না, সে অন্য লোকে করছে, আমি যেটা, আমাকে ভগবান আমাকে যেটা গুণ দিয়েছে আমি সেটা ইউজ করব। যেমন অনেকে শিক্ষিত আছে, তারা বৃন্দা গার্ডেন্সে প্রচার করছে, অনেকে টাকা পয়সা আছে, তারা মন্দির ডোনেট করছে, জায়গা জমি ডোনেট করছে, যে যেমন দিয়েছে সে তেমন ইউজ করবে। এই প্রসঙ্গে একটা মহাভারতে একটা সুন্দর কাহিনী গৌরাঙ্গ প্রভু বলেন, যে হিন্দিতেই বলছি, অনেক বাংলা হয়ে গেছে, এবার ইংলিশে ভক্তি শাস্ত্রী এটা। हरे कृष्णा। तो एक समय भीमसेन को संगीत सीखने का इच्छा हुआ। अभी भीमसेन डिड नॉट हैव अ गुड वॉइस, बट ही वांटेड टू लर्न सिंगिंग, और वो भी उन्होंने क्या किया, हस्तिनापुर के रिसेप्शन में साधना करने शुरू कर दिया, और उनका आवाज सा रे, ओ माय गुडनेस, ऑल द पांडवास वर हैरोड। कैसे उनको बताए, कैसे जाकर उनको बताए कि भाई, तो युधिष्ठिर महाराज तो बहुत ही शांति व्यक्ति थे, उनका हिम्मत नहीं, माने उनका इच्छा नहीं था कि जाकर भीमसेन को बोले, और बाकी सब छोटा छोटा भाई लोग हैं, उनका हिम्मत, उन लोग का हिम्मत भी नहीं था कि भीमसेन को जाकर बोले कि भाई। तो फिर उन लोग ने द्रौपदी को चुना, ये सत्य घटना है, कि द्रौपदी आप जाकर भीमसेन को बोलो। तो द्रौपदी जाकर भीमसेन को बोला, भीमसेन जी, संगीत और साधना कोई एकांतिक जगह में करना चाहिए। तो भीमसेन सोचा कि सत्य बात बोल रहे हैं, वेरी गुड, मैं इतना अच्छा संगीत कर रहा हूँ, कोई एकांत जगह। तो उन्होंने क्या किया, एक पहाड़ का तलहटी पे जाकर साधना करने लगा। यू अंडरस्टैंड, पहाड़ का तलहटी, तलहटी मैंने नीचे, तो उस पहाड़ में एक धोबी का गधा खो गया था। धोबी गधा ढूंढ रहा था, तो नीचे से कुछ आवाज आया, तो नीचे आया, आ गया, तो देख रहे भीमसेन संगीत कर रहा है, संगीत साधना कर रहा है। तो भीमसेन बोला, इधर इधर क्या कर रहे हो तुम इधर? नहीं 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 महाराज, गलती हो गया, नहीं नहीं नहीं, सुनो ना, इधर क्या कर, क्यों आया इधर? बोले, महाराज बोलने में बहुत डर लग रहा है। नहीं नहीं, बोलो ना, कुछ नहीं होगा, बोलो। बोले, महाराज मेरा गधा खो गया था, मैं नीचे ढूंढ रहा था गधा को, लेकिन नीचे से कुछ आवाज आ रहा था गधा जैसा, तो नीचे आया तो देखा आप संगीत चर्चा कर रहे हैं। तो भीमसेन बोला, ओ अभी मुझे समझ में आया कि द्रौपदी ने मुझे क्यों इधर भेजा। हाँ, संगीत और साधना एकांतिक जगह में करना चाहिए, अभी मुझे समझ में आया। मेरा स्वर ही नहीं है और मैं संगीत करने चला। एक्चुअली भीमसेन को थोड़ा ईगो हो गया था कि सब अर्जुन को वाह वाह करता है। अर्जुन संगीत में भी बहुत एक्सपर्ट, अर्जुन को अच्छा डांस भी आता है, मालूम है ना, अर्जुन को बहुत अच्छा डांस में था। और अर्जुन बहुत गांडीवधारी है, बहुत अच्छा तीर भी चलाते हैं। सब अर्जुन को वाह वाह करता है, हमारा भी कुछ होना चाहिए। तो इसीलिए भीमसेन ये प्रयास किया था नया चीज सीखने का। ये एक घटना, ये सब सत्य महाभारत में है। और अभी दूसरा घटना क्या हो गया, दोनों को फिर देखिए, वो शत्रुपा माता जी का क्वेश्चन का उत्तर। एक दिन क्या हुआ, युधिष्ठिर महाराज ने सुबह सुबह उठकर भीमसेन को बोला, भीमसेन द्वारिका जाओ, भगवान कृष्ण को लेकर आओ, बहुत अच्छा इंपॉर्टेंट मीटिंग करना है। तो भीमसेन सोचा अभी तो जस्ट सुबह ही हुआ, मीटिंग करना है, ठीक है, थोड़ा खा पी लेते हैं फिर जाएंगे, द्वारिका बहुत दूर है। अभी खाना पीने में क्या हो गया, नींद आ गया, खाना पीने करके तो सो ही लेते हैं। सोआ तो इतना लंबा सोया कि दोपहर हो गया, फिर जब उठा तो भूल ही गया, शाम हो गया। शाम को अचानक चल रहा था तो युधिष्ठिर महाराज सामने आ गया, अरे भीम कहाँ है कृष्ण? बोले, अरे बड़े भैया मैं तो भूल ही गया। बोले, अरे मूर्ख, इतना नालायक है, इतना गैर जिम्मेदारी। मैंने मैंने अर्जुन को बोला तो अभी तक आ ही जाता है। हाँ? सिर्फ खाना पीना ही जानता और कुछ नहीं जानता है, जाओ इधर से, दफा हो जाओ। तो उनको बहुत बुरा लगा भीमसेन को। वो भीमसेन ऑलमोस्ट आंख में आंसू आ गया। वो फिर एक अपने कमरे पे गया, दरवाजा बंद करके रोना शुरू कर दिया, फूट फूट के रो रहे थे और बोल रहे थे कि हे कृष्ण, हे पार्थसारथी, हे मधुसूदन, क्या आप सिर्फ द्रौपदी का पुकारी सुनते हैं, उनका रोना ही सुनते हैं? आपने कितना सुंदर से जब द्रौपदी रो रही थी तो उनका साड़ी बढ़ा दिया, क्या उन्हीं का सिर्फ रोना सुनते हैं? अगर आप भक्त वत्सल है तो मेरा भी पुकार सुनिए और यहाँ आ जाइए। ऐसे ही वो रो रो कर बोल रहे थे। ऐसे ही बोलता है ना, रोते रोते बहुत लोग बहुत कुछ बोल देता है। तो उसी समय दरवाजे पे नॉक नॉक किया, तो खुला, दरवाजा खुला तो एक दासी आ गया। दासी दासी बोल रहे हैं, भीमसेन जी आपको युधिष्ठिर महाराज बुला रहे हैं। तो भीमसेन सोचा कि लो आज क्या, अभी तक संतुष्ट नहीं हुआ, उनको और भी कुछ बोलना बाकी है शायद बड़े भैया को। तो फिर युधिष्ठिर महाराज के पास गए, और गए तो देखा कि भगवान कृष्णचंद्र पीछे खड़े हैं, भगवान आए हैं द्वारिका से। तो अभी दूसरा आरोप लग गया। युधिष्ठिर महाराज भीमसेन को बोले, भीमसेन क्या तुम बोल रहे थे, तुम गए नहीं द्वारिका, यहाँ तो कृष्ण बोल रहे हैं कि तुम उनको पुकारा है, उसीलिए आया है, तो तुम झूठ क्यों बोला मेरे को? अभी भीमसेन तो पुकारा तो था, लेकिन वो तो रोते रोते घर के अंदर ऐसे इमोशनली पुकारा था। और सचमुच भगवान पुकार सुन के आ गए। कृष्णचंद्र भगवान है ही इतना भक्त वत्सल। तो भीमसेन तो अभी फंस गया कंफ्यूजन में, अभी क्या बोले, बड़े भैया समझ रहे कि आप झूठ बोला, और तो भीमसेन कुछ बोलने जाएंगे तो उस समय भगवान कृष्ण सामने आए, और सामने आकर भीम को बोला, भीम एक्चुअली बड़े भाई थे कृष्ण का, बड़े भैया मुझे वो जो तुम तलहटी के नीचे हमको प्रसन्न करने के लिए जो तुमको नहीं आता है, फुट फुट के गा रहे थे ना तलहटी के नीचे, संगीत सीखने का प्रयास कर रहे थे, जो तुमको नहीं आता है, जो दूसरे को आता है लेकिन तुमको नहीं आते हैं, हमको प्रसन्न करने के लिए तुम जो वो बेसुरी से गा रहे थे, उससे मैं प्रसन्न नहीं होने होता। मैं प्रसन्न होता हूं कि तुम जो अपने रूम के अंदर, अपने कक्ष के अंदर में जो फूट फूट के रोकर मेरे को पुकार रहे थे, वो स्वर से मैं ज्यादा प्रसन्न होता हूं। that is your original voice, original करुण से आप जो रो रहे थे, that is more attractive to me than what you artificially wanted to please me. So जैसे भी भगवान ने जो भी दिया, जो भी स्किल्स दिया, किसी कोई अच्छा गाता है, ऐसा नहीं कि हम तभी भगवान का सेवा में लगेंगे जब हमारा गला लता मंगेशकर जैसा होगा, नहीं, जरूरी नहीं है। भगवान जो भी दिया, जो भी कला दिया, जो भी स्किल्स दिया, जो भी दिया, भगवान का सेवा में लगाइए।
তো এখানে একটা কথা আছে যে যদি আমি ডিভোশনাল গান ছাড়া অন্য গানে যে করি, তাহলে যদি ভক্তি থেকে সরে যাই, তো সেইটা ভয় কাজ করে এখন। তো সেটা সেটা কি ঠিক ভয় কাজ করে? মানে
No,
আগে
that is
তো
your
আমি
profession. You are singing to earn money. That is important. We are all involved in some kind of activity to earn money. That is needed because money is needed to maintain the body. Hmm. And you are a devotee. আপনি অর্থ উপার্জন করছেন আপনার পরিবার বৈষ্ণব পরিবার পালনের জন্য আপনি অর্থ উপার্জন করছেন, আপনি নিজে বৈষ্ণবী, নিজেকে পালনের জন্য আপনি অর্থ উপার্জন করছেন, that is different, that is absolutely fine, that is counted in devotional service. A lot of devotees are here present who go to materialistic offices, isn't it? But they use that money for Krishna's service, so that is spiritualized. Okay, where are we, by the way? 14.13. Two more shlokas left, and we have to also practice our memory shlokas. In shloka number 13, please repeat. Aprakasho apravitrischa. बोलिए. Pramado moha eva cha.
प्रमादो मोह एव च
Tamasi etani jayante.
तमसि एतानि जयन्ते
Vivriddhe kuru nandana.
विवृद्धे कुरुनन्दना.
Yes, continue, Prabhu. Where is Prabhuji? Okay, Vishwara Prabhu.
Translation: when there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion are manifested.
Please go through everybody the translation for the next 10 seconds. Inertia means inactivitedness. Like when you're in the mode of ignorance, you don't feel like doing anything. Happens na with all of us? Kichu korte ichche korche na. That is inertia, inactivityness. Continue.
Prabhu, why madness?
Ulta palta pramod bake, illusion, in the evening. I'm giving example. In the evening we feel somebody is calling, এখন ভালো লাগছে না, কথা বলতে, পরে কথা বলবো। উল্টো পাল্টা বলছেন আপনি। আরে না বল না, অফিসে কি হয়েছে? কিছু একটা হয়েছে, বাস কি বলবো বুঝতে পারছি না। উল্টো, because you are in mode of ignorance. Body is not responding the way it should. Yeah. Continue.
Purport: when there is no illumination, knowledge is absent. One in the mode of ignorance does not work by the regulative principle. He wants to act whimsically for no purpose. Even though he has the capacity to work, he makes no endeavor. This is called illusion. Although consciousness is going on, life is inactive. These are the symptoms of one in the mode of ignorance.
Clear, na? Ekdam, it happens with all of us. Any question in these symptoms? Yada satve pravriddhetu.
Yada satve
तत्त्वेऽवमृत्येतु
Pralayam yati deha bhrit.
प्रलयं याति देववृत्
Tadottama vidam lokan.
तदुत्तमविद्लोकान्
Amalan pratipadyate.
अमलान् प्रतिपद्यते.
Please continue.
Translation: when one dies in the mode of goodness, he attains to the pure higher planets of the great sages. Purport: one in goodness attains higher planetary systems like Brahmaloka or Janaloka, and there enjoys godly happiness. The word Amalan is significant. It means free from the modes of passion and ignorance. There are impurities in the material world, but the mode of goodness is the purest form of existence in the material world. There are different kinds of planets for different kinds of living entities. Those who die in the mode of goodness are elevated to the planets where great sages and great devotees live.
Okay. Urdhagati. We'll come to know. Also, those who die in mode of goodness, they come out through the higher holes of the body. Their body. We have read those chapters about Dhyan Yoga. The Dhyani is the yogi is. There's Brahmarandra here. Brahmatalu. Brahmatalu. ছোট বাচ্চাদের দেখবেন এরকম মাথায় হাত দিলে টক 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 করে হাত নড়বে। Brahmatalu. That is where actually the soul comes out from. But we also hear the people in mode of passion and ignorance, the people in mode of ignorance, the soul comes out from the lower part of the hole, lower holes of the body. শুনেছেন এগুলো? মৃত্যু হয়েছে ওনার, হ্যাঁ এগুলো শুনি না আমরা? Yeah. Sloka number 14, correct?
15.
15.
Sloka 15.
Okay, we can do couple of more shlokas today. We have time. Rajasi pralayam gatva
Rajasi pralayam
pralayam gatva
karma sangishu jayate
Karmasangi jayate
तथा प्रलीनस तमसि मूढ़ योनिषु जायते
Mudha yoni jayate.
Yeah, continue.
Translation. When one dies in the mode of passion, he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activities. And when one dies in the mode of ignorance, he takes birth in the animal kingdom.
প্রভু আমরা কি তাহলে রজগুণে আমাদের মৃত্যু হয়েছিল? সবাই আমরা যারা এখন মানুষ হয়ে আছি।
No, again same জিনিস, একটা জিনিস কনসিডার করবেন না। কোথায় যাব অনেক ফ্যাক্টর, ওদের মধ্যে একটা ফ্যাক্টর হচ্ছে এইটা। ওকে, so one of the factor is what, that fruitive activities হয়েছে, fruitive activities মানে we were looking for some results through our activities, মানে আদান প্রদান, ওই জন্য we came back here. So this is one of the reason, could be. As I said, a lot of factors are considered where the destination would be. Okay, yeah. Continue.
Purport. Some people have the impression that when the soul reaches the platform of human life, it never goes down again. This is incorrect. According to this verse, if one develops the mode of ignorance, after his death, he is degraded to an animal form of life. From there, one has to again elevate himself by an evolutionary process to come again to the human form of life. Therefore, those who are actually serious about human life should take to the mode of goodness and in good association transcend the modes and become situated in Krishna consciousness. This is the aim of human life. Otherwise, there is no guarantee that the human being will again attain to the human status.
Any question? But at least there is a guarantee, if a person in Krishna consciousness, he will get 100% human body. 100% there is a guarantee. Because only in human body, Krishna consciousness continuation is possible. Only there are few exceptions, we will not go into that, when a devotee also can get a non-human body. Can I give that example?
Bharat Maharaj.
No. Of course, yeah, good example, yes. Hiran body mil gaya. Yes. Any other example? When a person who is not in the human body, a devotee can also not get a human body, despite doing devotional service. If he does Vaishnava aparadh. That's why it is said, the monkeys in Vrindavan, they are actually devotees who did Vaishnava aparadhs in previous life. When I was in Jagannath Puri, there is one Singha Dwar, not in Singha Dwar, there is another Dwar. There are few Dwars, 4 Dwars of Jagannath temple. In one of the Dwars, there were lots of bats. You know bats? Chamkadar. Hindi mein bolta hai, Bangla ki bole? Badu. And the priest, the temple pujari said that they are all devotees in previous life. But because of some Vaishnava aparadh, they have to go through one life of Chamkadar. So this is an exception of human life. But devotees getting human life. This is one of the exceptions.
Prabhu, Gajendra Maharaj.
Yeah, Gajendra Maharaj also. He did Gajendra previous life. I think he did some sin. He was Indradumna Maharaj, and he laughed or something at something, and unintentionally he was not. It was not his mistake actually, but the sage got angry. Something he gave curse. Oh, you become a crocodile. Sorry, you become an elephant. Also, that crocodile in previous life who
Yeah, crocodile.
was Huhu, I think, was some Huhu demon, and he had disturbed one sage who was taking a bath. Hmm. So then he got the body of a crocodile. So he was Indradumna Maharaj previous life, but because of some Muni's anger, he became Gajendra. Very nice, very good example. And that famous Gajendra Moksha song. Anybody knows Gajendra Moksha song? Nobody knows?
Prabhu,
Hey
শুনি পুরো মুখস্থ নাই।
Govinda, Hey Gopal, Hey Govinda, Rakho Sharana. Not heard? Ab to Jeeva. I'll send that in the group. A wonderful song. Okay, we can end here. We have done till shloka number 15, right?
Yes, Prabhu.
15
Yes.
fully finished.
Yes, Prabhu. Finished.
So let us quickly go through those memory shlokas. Saprita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. In the beginning shlokas, when we were starting today, the Brahman was called as Mahat Tattva,
Prakriti.
the Prakriti. Sometimes Mahat Tattva also.
Yes, because Mahatattva is nothing but Prakriti only, na? Mataji. Mahatattva, 24 elements, they are all material energies only, material things only, na? You consider what is Mahatattva? 5 senses, Gyanendriya, 5 Karmendriya. Are they spiritual? Are they spiritual? Subtle body, 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 1. They are all material only. So Brahman was called material. That is, material energies, material, all the elements, they are Brahman. In this particular chapter at the beginning, that's how it was referred.
So Brahman can be called as material nature, can be called as Jiva Atma, can be called as Paramatma also. Like, because
Depends on
Brahma
the
iti
context.
Paramatma.
Depends on the context. I said many times Prabhupada has used Brahman for Supreme Lord. Param Brahman Param Dhama Pavitram Idam Uttamam Taktakshabaganam Dharman Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So depends on the context how that word Brahman is being used. Many times Brahman is also used for jivas. For example, I'll tell you all, Mayavad. Mayavad, Prabhupada has used Mayavad to indicate people who worship the formless God. Prabhupada also has used Mayavad for demigod worshippers at times. Demigod worshippers ko bhi Mayavad bola. So it's a bigger umbrella. Mayavad, then Prabhupada also says people who consider Supreme Lord to be affected by the 3 modes of material nature. Those who consider Supreme Lord Krishna, but they feel that Krishna, when he descends here, he becomes affected by the modes of material nature. So they are Mayavad.
But
भगवान माया में पड़ जाता है, इसीलिए भगवान मायावाद means those who consider भगवान माया में पड़ जाता है when he comes here. So depends on the context where Prabhupada is using.
Okay.
Here, so it was clearly explained in the purport that he's referring to material elements. Anybody has any other question? Mati, you can share those shlokas. Actually, I had to submit a feedback form here for our Prabhupada course. Now, this Prabhupada course is becoming compulsory other than IDC. You all have done IDC. Now, you all have to do Prabhupada course. Prabhupada disciple course, something. What do you like about the course and the facilitation style?
रोज मंदिर में ही होगा या ऑनलाइन कुछ है पॉसिबिलिटी?
Today was the last date we did that. Actually, it is still going on. It is still going on here, but I have actually see it's going on here still. But I have actually muted and attending what to do. This is also to be done so simultaneously.
প্রভুজি ওতে কি কি পড়ানো হয় সেপারেট কোর্সে?
Oh, those last 5 days we had a very intense discussion on Srila Prabhupada's. There's a Prabhupada book, if you all have seen. Prabhupada, green color book. Prabhupada's photo is there. So intense discussion on those. We have to train the trainers in coming months. We have to train people who will train all the members of ISKCON. So that's still going on. Today is the last day. We are supposed to give feedback about the class. That's why I'm typing the feedback. And we have to submit here. It's going to end in some time. This is our coordinator, Chala gaya. Neil Madhav Das, very senior devotee from Vrindavan. Okay. Yes, Mataji. So I would request one devotee to read. Who wants to read? Who is practicing actually the shlokas diligently, as per the prescription I have given? Nobody. My goodness, how will I learn these shlokas then? As it is, there are few shlokas here. I mean, we had so many shlokas during our days. জয় মাধব প্রভু পড়ুন একদম একটা একটা করে শ্লোক পড়ুন দেখি
Bhagavad Gita 13.
For the rest, I request, please read with him. Muted, but read with him. Please start.
Bhagavad Gita 13.22. Purusha prakriti asto hi bhukte prakriti jnana gunan karanam guna sangosya sad asad yoni janmasu. Translation. The living entity in material nature thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus he meets with good and evil among various species. Bhagavad Gita 13.23. Upadrashtra anumanta cha bharta bhokta maheshwara paramatmeti cha api ukto dehe asmin purusa para. Translation. Yet in this body there is another transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as the super soul. Bhagavad Gita 14.26. Mam cha eo avabhicharina bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samati taitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Translation. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Bhagavad Gita 15.7. Mama evam so jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana mana sasthani indriyani prakriti sthani karshati. Translation. The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind.
इसीलिए include the mind, sixth sense. So mind is the sixth sense. Mana, Shastrani, Indriyani. Shastra mane 6 number. Continue. Okay, somebody else continue. Somebody else who wants to do? Rajiv Prabhu, please continue.
सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृद्वेदविदेव चाहम्. Translation. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas.
Very nice. May I request? May I take your permission leave today? I should attend 15 minutes at least to that. Okay. Please, I would suggest kindly continue the reading of these shlokas. Okay, and then you all may log out. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Please continue, Rajiv.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Bhagavad Gita 18.54. ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति न कांक्षति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु मद्भक्तिं लभते पराम. Translation: One who is thus transcendently situated at once realizes the Supreme Brahman and becomes fully joyful. He never laments or desires to have anything. He is equally disposed toward every living entity. In that state, he attains pure devotional service unto me. Bhagavad Gita 18.55. Bhaktya mamabhijanati yavan tatvatah tato mam tatvato gyatva vishate tad anantaram. Translation: One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Gita 18.65. मन्मना भव मद्भक्तो मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि सत्यम ते प्रतिजाने प्रियोषि मे. Translation: Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend.
আচ্ছা, হরে কৃষ্ণ। শ্লোকা 18.64ও কিন্তু আছে আমাদের সিলেবাসে। এখানে নেই, পিডিএফটা আমি দেখছি, পিডিএফে নেই দেখছি, কিন্তু সিলেবাসে আছে 18.64।
মাতাজি ও হ্যান্ডবুকেও কি আছে? হ্যান্ডবুকে লিস্টে
হ্যান্ডবুকটা একবার আছে কি কারোর হাতের কাছে? আমার কাছে বইটা আছে, হ্যান্ডবুকটা নেই।
মাতাজি হ্যান্ডবুকে নেই কিন্তু।
নেই নেই
না
না না মাতাজি,
তাহলে আমি এটা ক্রস করে দিচ্ছি, ঠিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ।
ঠিক আছে, ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ।
64টা তাহলে শো করার দরকার আছে কি?
ওনারা তো বলছেন হ্যান্ডবুকে নেই,
না,
কিন্তু আমার
handbook
কাছে
এ
যে
নেই মাতাজি।
প্রিন্ট আউটটা আছে না, যেটার থেকে আমি পড়ি, ওটাতে রয়েছে।
মাতাজি ওইটা লাস্ট টাইম মনে হয় সিলেবাসে ছিল, ওটা চেঞ্জ হয়ে 66 টা অ্যাড হয়েছে। 64
66?
হ্যাঁ 66
আচ্ছা, ওটার পরে আরেকটা আছে? আচ্ছা,
18.66
ওকে
হ্যাঁ
ওকে ওকে, আমি ওটা নোট করে নিচ্ছি। থ্যাংক ইউ।
18.64 টা হবে না, 18.66 হবে।
ওকে মাতাজি, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Please, someone read Bhagavad Gita 18.65. We have read this, right?
Yes, yes. 18.66 is
Last one, Prabhuji was reading. Please read, Prabhuji.
Bhagavad Gita 18.66. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Translation: Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear.
ওকে, হরে কৃষ্ণ।
হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Hare Krishna, Father Pranam.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sadhan Pranam.